Nancy,
Yep,
thank you.
of course.
Thanks for grabbing me.
No problem.
Oh, your mom sent me a picture of you. Appreciate you coming to get me.
Yeah, no problem.
Why are you filming?
It's for the documentary. If you want to get
Okay.
the really good stuff, you have
I
to
like
film
it.
everything.
I like it. I like it. I mean, so great. Okay. And this too? I see you have a camera.
Second camera.
Okay. I guess I should.
You
If we're
should.
going to be
Mhm.
so close together. Wow. Okay. So we're filming everything?
Yeah.
All right. I kind of like that. I'm just know that I'm new and you're going to have to help me through it. I'm kind of new at the documentary filmmaking stuff, but you know how's your mom?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Because she didn't really, I talked to her briefly. She said, her daughter's a film student. Your mom must have told you something about me.
So you
No?
were coming.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, your mom and I had a kind of a, just a nice friendship. Okay. So basically, from my understanding from Linda, who's an old friend, she's kind of the lead on this. She's a scientist and a researcher. And, you know that there now, a lot of vaccines are going out, Pfizer, Moderna. So what is happening here is a pilot program that Linda has sort of catalyzed through an organization that she has called ImmunoCare. And I learned a little bit about it, when I Linda and I are kind of old friends, not close friends, but we're good acquaintances. And wow, that is unbelievable.
What is?
Wow. There's a squirrel.
That's
I mean, what's
common.
that doing like by an airport?
I mean, it's a tree, so it's common to see squirrels.
I know, but you don't really see an eagle's nest with a squirrel like heading up the, Anyway, so Linda is lives here, and I don't know if Linda and your mom have ever met, whatever, but I'm not sure. But so Linda has a program going that's going to help people build up immunity to the virus at an individualized level. Okay? So instead of everybody getting a vaccine, and who knows about the side effects and whatever, I get a little. I hope I've been told that I get very passionate and excitable. So I hope that's okay. You'll get to know me. Are you excited about this project?
Do I not sound excited?
I mean, not. Yeah, maybe this is
Well.
your kind of excitement, which is fine.
Okay.
I'm not judging. So this process is wow, just unbelievable.
What are you looking?
The nest.
Okay.
So what happens is people in this town are going to be receiving an inoculation. It's called an in vitro vaccination. And my understanding, although we're going to learn everything about it, we're going to be learning together, is that each person has their blood drawn. And then within the blood, of course, are cells. And then these cells have immunity, but they need to build up immunity. I'm just completely unsure about this. But so what happens is the blood is drawn, each individual, in a lab environment, the blood, the cells, the immunity cells are connected with the virus, the COVID-19 in this case, and then the individual builds up immunity within that lab environment, and then the antibodies that result are reintroduced into the host, the human being, and then they can't get the virus. Exciting.
Very exciting.
So, that's it. That's what we're here to. I mean, it's incredible that this can happen, that this can work, and that this is actually happening here in this town, and that Linda apparently got approval. I mean, I can't even believe it. Apparently, the military is involved. It's kind of under the radar until it's actually proven. But apparently, between the military, wow, look at that squirrel. It's just unbelievably beautiful. and at an airport, no less. I just can't get over it.
You're getting
It's just,
distracted again.
sorry. So I'm a little distractible. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Your mother actually dug that about me. She was sort of charmed, really, by my distractibility.
There's other topics other than my mom.
Anyway, so that's it. That's how it works. Let's get going, man. I'm psyched. Let's peel this banana.
I don't think anyone says that.
Is this the gym?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just trying to sort of figure this out. Okay, so you're always on that camera, so I'm gonna hold this.
Yeah.
Should I hold it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So why is the tripod on it? I mean, maybe I can even point this camera at me. I turned it on. Good or not good? I don't need to right now.
No.
Okay, fine. Plus, so it sees them. So I'd rather, if it's okay, put it down.
That's fine.
Okay. It just doesn't. I don't feel natural with it. You know.
No, Michael, don't film me.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. I won't film you.
Film me.
I won't film you. I won't film you. Okay, I get it. I took a little YouTube tutorial. Whoa, Jesus. Can you do this? Okay, no, okay, yeah? I think I got it now. My God, this is complicated. Don't film this. I look ridiculous. I'm just filming the top of your head. How come you don't want to be filmed? Seriously, you're so pretty. What's the problem? Film you quick?
No.
Cover your face.
No.
Just cover. There she is. There she is. Why does it seem... Is it because the pavement is... Oh, maybe the pavement is bent down. I think we're good now. Okay. So here we are, and it's kind of the start of a movie. I'm just gonna pull it down while we're... Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because, so... yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is incredible. I heard from my, not a good friend, kind of an acquaintance, Linda, this phenomenally brilliant scientist, researcher. And I met her some years ago, and why am I like this? Because I feel like, all right. So, am I mic'd? We're mic'd, right?
Yeah.
You mic'd me? I'm mic'd. So, anyway, this is amazing what's going on here. There's this pilot program. We're going to learn more about it. Nancy's going to help me, or I'm going to help her. We're going to make a movie together. And I'm kind of excited because it's the first film. It's really the first film I've ever made. You know, I'm obviously, well, you don't know that, so I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm a journalist. I've done stories all over the world. And I kind of want to be in the hip, cool, kind of trendy social media film space. And so Nancy's helping me. She's an expert with no sense of humor so far. But I'm kidding, Nancy. But in a few years. Hey.
Michael Kastenbaum. No way. No frickin' way. How are you, darling?
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's great to see you.
You're in
Kid, I know.
inoculation central.
Exactly. That's why this is so incredible.
Used to be a grade school, now it's an inoculation center.
I want you to explain everything to me. Why do you have your lab coat on?
Yeah, I should have left it in there. I
It's
should
all
have
right.
left it in the gym.
Knucklehead. Remember I used to do that to you? Knucklehead. Back in the day.
Yeah, Michael.
I never did that. I never did knucklehead to her, ever. I have to wear this, or?
Not for me. You
Okay.
do for, so you don't get yelled at. I probably need to get one.
With you sort of started explaining to me if it's just you and I walking, I don't have.
I've been inoculated. I'm like first in line. I have B cells that will produce antibody. If you expose me to the virus, I'd be good.
And I
really
can't get exposed.
They'll be so fast and take it out so fast it'll never.
What?
Mine will. If I got the virus, it would take it out.
No, but how about, oh, wow.
I can't give it
If
to you.
you got it, it would be gone so fast you can't give it to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have time to like be producing a bunch of.
Okay, you know what? Explain all this to me over coffee.
Let's
Are
do
you
that.
good? Because I know you've been up all night.
Yeah, let me go and get my sunglasses. It's a little bright out here. I've been in the dark. Inside all day.
Okay,
all
and we're
night.
gonna walk. Do you
Yeah.
you got a good coffee?
Yeah, I'll have decaf because I gotta take a nap.
Okay, and you're cool. We're filming, so it's all captured. Tell me how it even came to be.
My Immunocure Foundation, and even though I'm raising money with the cancer, that we can take on cancer per patient, I've always known that we can do in vitro inoculations or in vitro vaccinations. Somehow the governor heard about me, contacted me. Somehow she pulled it together. Just all these logistics. The governor also said, hey, university, repurpose your sterile hoods, your incubators, your centrifuges, and the schools, tax-funded schools, they put it into the local elementary school. They put in a temporary sterile lab, and they have an inoculation place where they draw the blood, and one where they give the B cells back. But how she pulled it together with getting the United States military to come do the infrastructure, that's really what's making it. That's what's making this work. The science has been there for decades.
I can breathe, right? I mean, it's like I can't. People scream at me if I don't have the mask.
I can hug. You want to hug?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Shoot.
No, I'm saying like no. I'm not saying no, I don't want the hug. I'm saying no, like, can you really hug? It's just crazy.
You're not
I
going to
don't
get me
think-
sick. I'm inoculated.
I have not. I have not hugged anybody. Wow.
Oh.
No, I mean seriously. My brother's wife, like my brother's wife, I mean, we hug when I go over to their place. Now, I haven't been in their house since March, other than to go to the bathroom. Actually, they tell me to use the bathroom outside, like to pee in the backyard. If I have to go number 2, it's like a catastrophe. So, no, really. I mean, like, oh my God. And with the spray and the everything, and make sure you do the doorknobs and everything, just if I've got to go number 2 at their house. So it's like pee outside. And, I know this is Nancy. I just say what's on my mind. Okay? You're okay with that? We're just getting to know each other. You know, I had a little thing with your mom. Did she tell you?
I wish I didn't know that.
Sorry, I do say too much sometimes. Your mother didn't tell you when she... Really? All right. Anyway, whatever. No, I mean, come on. Nancy's a big girl. She's a film student.
It's her mother.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so it's just amazing because I haven't actually had a hug from anybody. You know, Nancy, can we hug? Oh, we can't hug.
No.
You don't want to hug? Don't want to hug? Just because of the lack of inoculation? Or you're not a hugger? Not a hugger.
Not a hug.
She's not a hugger. Some people aren't huggers. It's okay. I'm a hugger, but I won't hug you. So, okay, so Nancy's going to help me make a movie?
Get your blood drawn, and
Yeah.
you have immune cells in your blood.
Okay.
We pull those out, and we put them in growth media that has the virus. Then first thing we do is check for antibodies. Because if you are already exposed and you're already producing antibodies, we give you a call and say, you don't need to be inoculated. We already have over 700 people in this community that are good.
Unbelievable.
They
So
were
those
good.
700...
They just did not know that if they were exposed to the virus, they would produce antibodies, and now they know.
So those 700 could basically party together.
Yeah. Yeah.
No concerns.
And then I went through the full inoculation where my B cells were, once they started producing antibodies, and then I was inoculated with just my B cells producing antibodies to this virus. That's all that was put in me, are my B cells producing antibodies to this virus.
Gotcha. So there's no, in that process, there's no concern about anything else being put into your body.
Nope. Even the vaccine one, for one, you're using a much lower dose than if you gave a vaccine to the whole body. So it will make all vaccines safer. All vaccines for in the future, if you do them per patient at the cellular level, in vitro vaccination will make them safer.
Does this mean that these vaccines are unsafe, the ones that people are taking?
The vaccines that are the first ones out for the coronavirus are a genetic-based vaccine. They've always used protein-based vaccine. This is a genetic-based vaccine.
Understanding is that we can't release this movie until after this pilot program.
Right, it's not, it's not top secret because we have about 30,000 people we're going to inoculate. The people know, but we're requesting you kind of, get themselves inoculated and then tell the world.
They want it to stay quiet. Have they been told they've been told also to keep it quiet?
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise,
But
I'm sure they've told their cousins or their uncles or whatever. But
it will
somehow-
get out, but that's why we really need to, that's why it's exciting that we're getting it streamlined, and we need to get in front of that 8 weeks, because we probably cannot go 8 weeks without the
Right.
world finding out
Right.
that we're here inoculating a community.
Okay. We can't let any of this footage, Nancy, get out. What's interesting me about this project is just a focus on your process and whether your process works, and how it came to be is a miracle. To me, that the FDA approved this pilot program is a miracle.
I have to agree that the fact that finally in vitro inoculation is being done is, I feeling like it's a miracle also. The fact that we have the knowledge to do it, that's really been around for decades. In my opinion, it's been blocked because as far as a business model to make money, for a pharmaceutical, it's going to plummet their profits. If you start dealing with diseases at a cellular level per patient, cancer, arthritis, HIV, anything cellular, all your vaccines and stuff, instead of making one drug and throwing it at millions of people, you throw a workforce towards every patient. Big, giant pharmaceutical thing, it goes to a workforce. It's great for the economy as far as giving people jobs.
So that's the blockade. The blockade is big pharma.
As far as I know, if you look in like a PubMed and you put in inoculation, in vitro, any of that, you're going to see like 30,000 publications.
But never used on humans.
Right, that
Never
last step
experienced.
of putting the cells in humans. Now putting them in the rodents and the mice, and years and years.
And what's the result?
Oh yeah, they inoculate them. We know how the immune system works to fine details.
This system works in rodents. This process works in non-human mammals.
That's how we know what to do with a vaccine.
Why? It's unbelievable that they haven't tried this on humans.
How many decades have we in vitro fertilization? We put an embryo in a human, but we can't put cells in a human? What else would be blocking it? It has to be money.
Well, this pilot program is going to blow the lid off that.
I know. I know. I'm shocked that we're here doing this.
Does everybody get their blood drawn? Who's
They
local?
can opt out. It's up to them. But again, we have the tiers of the people working in the program. the first responders, healthcare, elderly, and at risk, and then we go.
But the whole population, this whole town, in theory, has the
And the outside surrounding area, like, but we
they all
expect
have
30,000.
the option of participating in this program.
Yeah,
How
but
many
we
are-
haven't let that out. That we're also just giving it in layers. That's another reason it hasn't like really been,
Oh, okay.
because at first we were just inoculating the people involved with it, and now we're at the healthcare workers, and
Because
now we're
Nancy and her mom didn't even know about it.
yeah. So my yogi friend, she teaches children's yoga out of the elementary school that they took over for just the gym. They didn't take the
Yeah, yeah.
elementary, and she's dating an Emirate lieutenant.
that's
She just started dating an Emirate lieutenant.
They're-
I'll introduce you to her. She's awesome.
Okay.
She'd be a good interview.
What is the deal with, you said something on the phone about how doctors don't have access to data?
Another thing that has bothered me this whole pandemic, being a researcher, is we deal with statistics. And at a cellular level, I mean, I might add a drug and figure out how that altered the immune response. So when you have a pandemic, you have millions of people that have a virus, right? They've been exposed to a virus and they get sick. So where's the data of people with their pre-existing conditions and their medications? I mean, I'd like to run the stats based on whether someone has arthritis and on a certain medication. Do they not end up in the ICU as likely if they,
How are those stats not available?
And you're asking
Doctors dealing with COVID patients don't have access
to
this-
all the medications and all the, I
all
don't,
the information.
I just found out that UK does.
Allow,
Some kind of, I haven't checked it yet. But as a researcher, I've been wanting to know if organ transplant patients are on medications like rapamycin that kind of hold back some immune response. And the people with the acute respiratory response, that's an excessive immune response. One question, it's okay, are organ transplant patients on rapamycin, do they end up in the ICU as much as people not on rapamycin? It's a simple question.
okay.
Is there stats that support that or don't? You should be able to do for every drug that anyone is on.
Yeah. Do you think if this pilot program is successful, well, first of all, how sure are you this is going to be successful?
Oh, we got it. No mask. I mean, I've seen the antibodies. I've had them in my body. Yeah, it's we can do embryos
For
in
you,
people.
this is like some no-brainer. This is like,
It would be much hard. I mean, we can
it's
change
just-
organs out of people. I mean, you're talking about a few cells in people. I mean, you can change,
yeah.
you can put a heart in somebody. I mean, seriously, they're saying you can't do a few B cells? It's like,
And there must be some reason, and if it's big pharma blocking it, okay, it's possible. Really key things, okay? Operation Thumb Up the Ass.
nothing for 9 months. In my opinion, from my scientific background, I mean, this entire pandemic has been Operation Thumb Up the Ass, do nothing. Why, I don't know. Where's the bioterrorism units? What's going on? Nothing.
How quickly is this all going to happen and everyone can just be without masks?
In this pilot program, we set it for 8 weeks, but those AMRIG guys and the armies and MedCorps and stuff, they are streamlining everything and getting it down, and we should be at 3,000 people inoculation, which at 30,000 people means 10 days.
Right. Awesome. Good. You are on top of it. Those bees are giving. Those bees are having some positive effect on you. All right. Yeah. God. Camera. That's okay. Actually, use that. The camera falling. That's good. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Okay, guys, here we go. So we'll just fit it in anywhere. So we're gonna go just drive downtown, or what if we I mean, I'd like to go downtown and
Well, Linda mentioned
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Good. So I got to get that number from Linda. Did she give it to me at the coffee shop? I'll get it from her. I'll text her maybe before she goes to bed. I'll text her for the number before she naps. The yoga girl, why don't we try to track her down and talk to her? Yoga girl, is that demeaning to say yoga girl? Yoga girl.
That sounds.
It's okay?
Yeah.
She might be a woman.
Well,
We don't know.
I don't know.
But girls don't really like ever to be called girls unless they're like really girls, like 12, 13. And we know this woman is not a girl.
Pick it up, Michael.
What?
We should go like right now.
Okay, let's go. Thanks. Good. Keep me on track.
Yeah.
So are you going to turn the camera
I
off?
will turn it off. Yes.
Like when?
Like right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I will.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we got it. That was good.
Let's pull in.
Should we wait?
I think so.
Wait or say something?
Let's just wait for me.
Okay, I'm going to put. Does she even know we're here?
I don't think so. Just kind of into it.
She's kind of in like a meditative state. Oh my God. Hi. Are we?
Hi,
Hey. Are we? Is it? You were expecting us?
Michael.
Yes.
Come on in.
Thank you. Nice. I didn't want to. We've got to set up the camera anyway. And your mom, for example, she had a lot of confidence. I was always, really moved by her level
Do you
of.
have to mention her every 10 minutes?
See, you're going to learn that deep connections, like what I had with your mother, that she obviously didn't have with me, but these deep connections are really the driving force of what's important, in life. Sarah's Nancy's mom, and she and I kind of had I thought, a very unique and special connection.
Yeah, I don't know Sarah.
You don't know Sarah. Sarah's great. Okay, you're in the camera. Oh, we just gotcha. I gotcha.
I can edit that, Michael.
I gotcha. I saw ya. Is your name? Is your name? Really Tree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to shoot an interview, and thank you for having me get a little bit distracted. And where should I, Nancy? Where should I? I kind of feel like I want to.
You can stretch out and get a yoga mat.
Really?
Yeah. Choose your color wisely.
Yeah.
Are you gonna join the circus, Michael?
I always want. Can I? I feel a little.
You don't have to wear your mask.
If I keep my distance.
You don't need to keep your distance even. I have immunity. Ah!
I thought you're like in the process.
I am, but I got a phone call that said that I already have immunity, and I was sick in January, so I'm not really surprised. I know. I got a antibody test like in June, and it came back negative. It came back that I didn't have antibodies, but I do. So apparently,
Wow. For sure.
you don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to wear a mask because I'm immune.
And if you're immune and I even have it, you can't get it.
I've already had it.
Nancy, should we? Are you 100% sure? You're like, take the mask off.
You can take the mask off.
Wow, look at that. What you're doing right now. That's a.
Trust my toes, Michael. You can take the mask off.
Hello, Thomas. And you're gonna stay far enough away. You're okay with me taking the mask off? Because you and I can still, in theory, infect each other.
I'll keep mine on.
I didn't mean to say in theory like I don't get like diminishing the virus, but we have to keep our mask on around each other.
Yeah.
But you're okay with me having my mask off.
Yes.
You're not going to get close to me.
No.
You can keep your distance.
Yes.
Y'all should move to our town and get.
Oh my God. I hate that then. I really do. I mean, what you guys are doing, the fact that in theory 6 weeks from now, 25,000 people hula hooping, hula hooping, hula hooping together. Look at this. What the?
You're doing really good. Look, you've already joined the circus. I can see it. It's going down.
I have not done that seriously in at least 3 days. No, I haven't done it in years. Okay. I'm exhausted. You're amazing.
Thanks.
I mean,
You are too. Look at your skills.
as a hula hooper.
Hula hooping is an art form.
I could be on my hands. I could do a handstand forever. I could do a handstand. I haven't done a handstand in years. Maybe I'll try to do a handstand. Okay, let's. How much do you know? I'm a little new to filmmaking. I'm a journalist. I don't know if Linda told you and thanks for.
Yeah, you're a journalist.
But
Yeah.
I want to learn more about film and making films. So that's why Nancy is filming this. She's a film student, and Nancy is just really being helpful. And Nancy's mother and I were close at one point.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Sarah. I don't know Sarah.
Yeah. So basically, you know about this pilot program because you were explaining that you've got the immunity. It's amazing.
I'm so excited. I get to circus again. I'm gonna get my whole troupe in there. I'm gonna somehow figure out how to slide them in to get their immunity. I think we were all sick at the same time. We're a circus troupe, in January, so.
Are they
so-
part of the program? You're going to slip them in.
They're not yet, but I mean that everyone's gonna be, so.
Slip them the circus in.
I think circus is essential.
I love the circus. Now I'm a filmmaker, thanks to Nancy and this project. But I made so much money as a circus vendor. And now, I don't know what happened. I used to be entrepreneurial. I used to people were impressed with me,
So you're thinking about joining the circus. You're gonna hula hoop and sell peanuts.
Sorry. No, nothing to do. I go off sometimes. I have a little bit of a thing that happens with me. So you're part of the pilot program, and I'm here to ask questions
Yeah.
about what you do in this program and how you feel about it, and whether you kind of understand Linda's science. And Linda's got all these amazing I'm just in awe of Linda. And so this pilot program is 25,000 people, about, all in theory, okay, being inoculated from the virus using their own immunity, their own cells, right? No industrialized vaccination, no side effects. It's yeah?
She's brilliant. Absolutely. This town, the mode of action for everyone, and we're looking into the future because it's so safe and individualized and really works with each person.
I think maybe I'm going to be a good filmmaker, and it doesn't really translate my distractibility in text because I cut it all out, all the long pauses. And Nancy, of course, is going to cut out all these pauses. But yeah, Nancy, sorry. Okay, so where were we?
We were talking about the amazing Linda.
Yes! And she is quite amazing. So, okay, so...
And individualized cellular care.
Yes. Yes, that's Linda's main thing. So, okay, so the pilot program, as I understand it, is roughly 25,000 people, all being inoculated. If this in vitro process, I'm just learning about it. Linda kind of explained it to me on the phone yesterday. I flew in, I talked to her today. It's still like mush in my brain. God, I need to do this. I need to like chill.
Just bring your arms up, inhale. And then take your hands down the middle. And then inhale up. And hands down the middle, exhale.
My neck's a little
You have a neck thing?
cranky.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like all like tight.
Stiff, is it one way stiffer than
This
the other?
right here.
This side, yeah. How long has that been going on?
Like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I can help you with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you know, we do Zoom now. We do telehealth yoga therapy.
Really?
So, yes, that's available.
Okay. Yeah, good. I feel more relaxed now. I think I can do this interview. I feel much more focused. It's incredible. Like,
Nice.
what did I take? 3 breaths?
I think you took 3 breaths at least. Yeah.
I really do.
You
feel-
continue to breathe too.
Nancy's right.
You should listen to Nancy probably. I'll tell you to do crazy things.
Okay. Ooh, this is sort of hanging. I kind of want to do it then. Nancy? Just slightly? Just a little bit of a...
I guess so.
Don't worry. We won't need to call an ambulance.
Wow,
Is that-
you got your heel to your forehead. Oh, to the crown of your head. Oh my gosh, to the back
Is
of
that
your
good?
head. You're doing great.
Serious?
You gotta breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Wow.
Okay, that's
Nice,
enough.
Michael.
Yeah?
Nice work.
Linda said that the military presence here is strong and efficient. What?
Yes.
What's that?
Wow. I happen to be dating a lieutenant, and it is strong and efficient.
Oh my God. I want to meet this guy.
You do? He's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh my God, look at you. Oh my God.
I might be blushing.
That's so sweet. Hey, what's your, there's this sense that the military has not been, I don't know if you have kind of any feelings on this, but there's a sense that the military has not been used really to their potential in this pandemic. It's been going on like 9 months. I mean, and Linda kind of feels like, where's the military? How come they haven't been better utilized? I don't know if you have an opinion on this.
Well, I have enjoyed the military's presence here for multiple reasons, and I think that it's actually been a very helpful thing as far as getting everything in a workable order. They took over my gym, which I teach in, but it's been really fluid having them here and having them work with us. I feel grateful that they're a part of it, and everything seems to be running really smoothly because of it. So they can get up to 3,000 people inoculated per day, potentially, just using our little gym. So, and the military and their presence is just so organized and helpful. So.
Yeah, no, I've been very impressed with the U.S. military in various disasters. So it's just been I mean, my experience of them also, and I've also wondered, like, what the hell? Like what, you know, what is it? Like, I don't, you don't know anything about all this stuff.
No, I don't know anything about FDA.
It is amazing, okay?
I know that I get my circus back.
Yes, soon.
And I now have a lieutenant, and I have apparently all along had immunity. The military presence here has been wonderful. It's been so efficient, and it's really helped with the flow with the implementation of the program.
Kind of like a yoga flow.
Very flowy. Yeah, it's very good.
And then the other thing is like, there's this feeling I'm having about how big pharma is kind of blocking things like a pilot program like this. I mean, I'm kind of amazed truly that a pilot program got approved, just because this like basically spits in the face of big pharma. And I'm wondering if you have any thoughts or opinions on that issue.
Well, I think that we all deserve individualized care. We deserve to have safe immunity, especially when it's available. And because it is something that really is brilliant technology and available to us, we should be able to use it. And so I'm really grateful that this is happening. I also think that, as people, we're demanding that we have this sort of care available to us. So
It makes good sense. The whole individualized healthcare approach that Linda has makes good sense. It just, I don't know, it seems challenging. It seems possibly more expensive, but then again, there's all this money that's being thrown to the pandemic.
Ultimately, it's about real people making choices for themselves. And if we make good choices for ourselves, like implementing Linda's program, like our town is making good choices for ourselves, then the rest of it doesn't really matter. Whatever the big pharma wants to do, they can go do it somewhere else, or maybe they just won't do it. But really, it's about us, and it's about us making good choices for ourselves.
I really appreciate your time, and also I feel more relaxed. I do. I feel more relaxed. I feel like my body is also, slow down.
Slow down, yeah. And if you want to hit me up and we can do some telehealth, yoga therapy.
Okay.
I'm Soma Tree Yoga on Instagram.
Tree yoga.
Soma Tree Yoga.
Soma?
Mm-hmm.
What does Soma mean? Body?
Soma means lots of things, but yes, body is one of the things that it means.
Soma Tree Yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Last question, actually.
Yeah.
I want you to really, it's important that people who might watch this really understand the process and the program, whatever steps and the science of it.
Mm-hmm.
So give it a go. I know you're not a scientist, but give it a go at explaining how this whole thing works for people.
Okay. Well, as far as I understand this process, they take some cells from my body and then inoculate them with the virus, and then my own immunity starts to show up, and that's what they pull out of that sample, and then they put that back into me, and so give me my own immunity.
That was actually a really good, clear explanation. When you said they take the cells out of you, that's what happened when they drew the blood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they drew blood, and the cells are all in the blood. It's not like they do any complicated cell extraction.
Personally, for me though, because I already have immunity, I don't have to be inoculated with my own immunity because I already have it. It's already flowing through my system as we speak.
Amazing. Amazing. And a lot of people in town apparently were found to have immunity.
Yes. Yeah, we all got sick in January, so.
All they did when you went in was take your blood.
They just took my blood.
Just took your blood.
Yeah, it was not they didn't even take a lot of my blood. It wasn't like I had to, I didn't get dizzy or anything. So
Right.
it was good.
Do I need a wall?
Yeah. Do you want to walk?
No.
You just want to do it out in the middle of the floor?
Well, I used to be able to do a handstand.
Maybe you should do it against someone.
Here we go.
I don't think this is a good idea.
How do your shoulders feel?
You worried about this?
Just a little.
Nancy, what's the worst case? I end up in the hospital. All right, let's try it. Oh, come on, I can.
So circus!
Circus!
You got this. Ah! Yay!
Oh,
Excellent.
I used to be able to stay up a long time.
And practice.
One more
Practice
try.
makes perfect. Practice makes circus. Yeah. Yeah, Michael.
Nancy, are you going to tell your mom?
No.
Can you show that footage to Sarah, please? Come on, show it to Sarah.
Fine. I'll show her.
Yes?
Just
Serious?
that though.
She's gonna think you're so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Let's do the hug. When's the last time you got a hug? Come on, bring it
It's been
in.
a while.
Let's
It's been a while. Oh, we get a hug. Oh my God. Seriously. Wow. People are so touch deprived. I'm so touch deprived.
Yeah.
Don't tell
I'm
your
about
mother.
to not be.
Lieutenant, here I come. Thank you. Let me do a clap. Unless we turned them off already.
Yeah, I'm.
It was I'm guessing it was multiple.
No, one. Ideally, we would.
Hello.
Michael!
Are you done with your nap?
I have to get these bees taken care of while I got some warm weather.
How close can I get?
I would, stay. I'm the one helping out with
I
this.
thought you were doing like stuff with in vitro, whatever it's called.
Oh my God, they have so much honey in here. This thing is like heavy.
Does this have anything to do with this project?
No, I just need to take care of my bees. Oh my God, it's so heavy. I don't even know if I can lift it. I guess I don't need to. I guess they got plenty of food. Oh! Yeah, you want to? Don't get in the front though. Get over here on the back. You want to see how heavy that is? Yeah, try to lift this. Right here.
I don't need one of those.
Oh well. You'll be okay. They're really being very calm.
I feel like this.
They're very calm. Try lifting it. See how heavy this is.
Can I do that?
Yeah. Here, I'll-
Without the thing.
Just lift there
Can I
and see.
take hers?
No.
But I don't need to be.
Okay, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it now though. I'm gonna seal them back up. You wanna lift it? No.
Linda,
What?
not a COVID.
Does anybody want to see how heavy that box is? Does anyone want to see how heavy that box is with honey? Go for it.
Oh my God.
70 pounds or something probably. Yeah, no, it's all right. Already,
Can I lift it?
you can lift it.
And the bees aren't going to sting me?
I wouldn't say that
Is
much.
Nancy okay? Because Nancy and her mom and I don't want Nancy to get stung. Is Nancy going to get stung?
I don't want Nancy to get it. I just wanted you to see how heavy it is. You don't really have to lift it.
Be respectful.
Lift with the knees. Oh
you
my,
wanna-
oh my God.
Here, put it here. Put it there. Put it on top of that. You can turn it to sides or whatever. There you go. I'll go ahead and get this out of here while it's open. Thank you.
You're being dramatic.
Don't block the front though.
Nancy, there was a bee coming out.
There's a million.
Yeah, you probably want to go now. You're wearing black. Ready, set.
It's just so cynical.
Here we go.
Did you nap? Or is this like, you're on fire, man. You don't stop. You don't, Linda?
Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to stop, but
Hello?
it's gonna get really, the weather's gonna change and I have to take care of my ladies. My ladies take care of me, I gotta take care of my ladies.
And Linda,
Yeah,
can you just, how'd you get into the whole bee thing?
I'm not the greatest beekeeper.
Why are you letting me be here without the hat? I mean, I'm just curious, why are you with the hat? I'm just curious.
Are you allergic to bee stings? You probably should not.
One just went right into my ear. No, but so far I'm staying free.
Well, I mean, you did come here.
Capturing everything. Nancy has told me. Nancy figure out what the movie is. Kind of exploring the movie or exploring
Have you done this? Have you
Get this Annie
I've not
lined
made
up
a
before.
movie before.
There.
No, I've not made a movie.
I had to seal this up.
My first movie. Nancy made a bunch of movies.
All right, you guys should probably move away if you're not protected because they're getting a bit upset with me.
more than you?
Yeah, but that's okay, Nancy. Wow.
They are going crazy.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit pissy at me.
Is there anything that I can do to help?
No, we're done. Okay. Michael, welcome. This is my house.
We'll hug. Can
Yes,
we hug?
we can hug.
Wow, that is amazing.
Man, look at them. We got them a little upset. They all came out. Don't bother them. They're a bit upset with me. Probably.
I don't even know who you are. Right?
Yeah.
Something is going on here. Like there's some magic in the air.
Kind of.
Oh my God, it's good to be here. It's just good to be here. Look at that. I cannot believe the first. Oh! Seriously? What? There's one bee that keeps following me.
Yeah, it's
Ah. What? Left the camera. Wait, we left the camera. Move back. I mean, wow. I wanna like speak. I wanna share. I wanna like express myself.
That's good. That's good.
Should I hold this camera on me? Because I feel like I want to express myself. You know, I
yeah.
feel like there's magic, and I suddenly feel like this project is just, you know, I suddenly feel like this project is kind of profound. I mean, just us pulling up to Linda's place. Yeah, there's a bee. There's a bee. Sorry, Nancy, hold it together. Hold it together, Nancy. Right? It's exciting.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to, don't play excited now. Try to like keep a really straight face. It's exciting, right?
Yeah, it's so exciting.
You don't sound nearly as excited as me.
It's just my
All right. I want to explain what we're doing. Okay? Because like, just to explain what I'm doing.
yeah.
You know, I was just going to explain. Okay, fine. So, pulling up and finding Linda, right, who's the main subject, like working with bees, it's just exciting.
Yeah.
I feel very excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Okay. I guess that's your excitement. That's your excited face? Okay. I gotta take this. I'm gonna, as long as right? We have an understanding. As long as I'm 6 feet away, I can pull the mask down?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing, look, they're already ready for an interview. They're like ready. They're ready for an interview, right?
Yeah.
They're like ready. They just, they want to be part of something. They want to be part of this, and they're ready. And this is just great. So what we're doing, as far as what I understand, is we're doing a kind of short documentary about this amazing event that's happening here, this pilot project, this program that's Linda has catalyzed. We're going to learn about it. We're going to start by asking Linda some questions, and I when I heard about this, I mean, Do you know what we're here doing? Are you aware of it?
Not really.
Okay, so you're gonna learn, Nancy. You're gonna learn something about what's happening in this community. It's Linda, like, why you don't know? I'm a little confused about that if you're part of the community, but maybe everybody hasn't heard yet about this project. Linda has a certain science that's about individualized cellular health care. And I learned about it a few years ago. I mean, I was talking to her, I started researching a little bit, and finally with this pandemic, apparently Linda's science, okay, which isn't just Linda's science, it's proven science, it just hasn't been tested on human beings. Linda somehow, okay, has catalyzed a program where, here, join me. I'm trying to introduce this project. My understanding is here, I think you need to come closer to the frame. Nancy, help us out here. Like, what's the deal here with the framing? You want to go check that frame? Yeah. Okay, so basically, and I know I'm a very excitable guy, okay, but basically, I mean, Linda doesn't know me that well. What's your name again?
Allison.
Okay. I know it was a weird introduction, Allison.
Just a little.
I know. So, okay, so Linda isn't even sure exactly. Linda has invited, okay, me and now Nancy and I together are making a documentary. And so I'm gonna learn from Linda more than I know. Right now I know very little about what you guys are doing. Do you mind when I say you guys? Some women are kind of offended by you guys.
You guys is good.
You guys are kind of guys, right? I mean, I'm not saying you're a guy, but you're like a guy.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So anyway, I'm already like feeling like I've done something wrong.
Did you get stung?
No, that was awesome. Thank you for taking me out of there. The bee thing.
Yeah.
Do I need to be seen by this camera, or
Oh, I'm recording you, Marco.
you're recording me?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'm super excited by this project, and the fact that I can right now not wear a mask. I've been wearing a mask.
She hasn't she hadn't gotten her not.
I got my blood drawn. I'm just waiting.
Her
to
cells
get
are still in the incubator.
Yeah.
So we have not given her her B cells.
So if I'm this close, I should wear a mask.
Yeah, you guys should still get it.
Oh, wow.
So we've just taken her blood and we're growing and we've exposed it to the virus.
It's all like a puzzle. Okay, and Nancy, Nancy and I working together have decided that if I'm 6 feet away, she's okay with me having the mask off. Yes, Nancy?
Yeah.
Showing up and having you guys be working with the bees is just amazing. I feel like this movie is blessed. I feel like it's a blessed movie. To Nancy? I mean, isn't that the next move?
Let's come inside.
So
Let's go inside.
we've done like the intro. We've done like the hello, here we are. Pongo, I met Pongo. I met Pongo when I met you.
Oh, yeah.
I met Pongo, right? It's a beautiful day. Now the whole world is being affected by this, and in the eyes of the world, this vaccine that's coming out and these various vaccines are like considered a sort of a lifesaver. This is sort of being perceived as the end of the pandemic. So what is wrong with this? What could possibly be wrong?
Well, for one, it's just going to take another year to get enough vaccines to everyone. And the other big issue is they're using a new type of vaccine that's genetic based. And all the other vaccines throughout history have always been protein based. And this genetic based one, we don't know. Is there going to be a side effect in a year or 2 years or 5 years? I don't know. But if you do in vitro inoculation, using the vaccine or the virus, it's much safer. You already have the amount you have to inoculate people with is enough if you go cellular. We don't have to wait for more to be made.
Okay.
In science, in the lab, and rodents like mice, and if you look up, if you put in vitro inoculation or vaccine into PubMed, a scientific research publications, you'll get 30,000 hits, tens of thousands of hits. The only thing that is not done is that last step of taking the final thing, which is the B cells that produce antibodies, and giving them back to the patient. Somehow, the governor, she heard of this, and she's been looking for something. She's also been looking for something else to do Her husband is a physician. Somehow, through the grapevine, she heard of me, she contacted me, we had discussions. She's making this happen. She's making this pilot program go, and it's fantastic. But yeah, people are scared. I'm scared. I mean, now I'm not scared because I was inoculated in the center that we have now, and this whole community is going to be done with it in a few weeks. No wearing masks, they can go back to their bar, they can go enjoy and hug and have life. They all get inoculated in a few weeks. I am 100% sure this will work. B cells produce antibodies. If you inoculate someone's immune cells to the point that they are producing B cells that produce antibodies to take out this virus, and you can check that in the lab before you give the person their own B cells back, you know those B cells are producing antibodies to the virus. You know before you inoculate the person if those B cells are producing antibodies and taking out the virus. You could look at that in the lab and give them their B cells. And it would be your B cells. So you also are really decreasing any chance of a response to it or a side effect. It's your B cells. The ImmunoCure Foundation that I started is all about individualized cellular level healthcare, which includes not only cancer research, but inoculating people with their vaccines. And that's inoculating so you only give them their B cells back instead of the vaccine. So somehow, through the grapevine, the governor, she heard about me and she contacted me.
Wow.
Yeah. And she set this up.
Incredible.
It is. It's great.
How does it, do you know anything about the logistics of how she was able to get how she was able to get AMRID involved? Did she get Trump's approval as the commander-in-chief, or do you know who ultimately, I mean, you probably
That's
don't know.
well beyond my pay grade,
Okay,
yeah.
happened, which is kind of amazing.
Yes, the
government, the state government.
They decided to do this pilot program, and I'm involved, and AMRID, and Homeland Security people, and
Wow.
the MedCorps, and they got some grad students, and it's fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, and how many people are they inoculating? What's the
This town is about 25,000, and then some people will probably come in from they're not announcing it. They're not. You're the only journalist I've seen. They don't want the world coming here. They want to know if it's possible. Does this work? Can we inoculate communities? Michael, remember, they're not. It can't be top secret because there's like 30,000 people here, but they're just really keeping it quiet. No press are allowed in. You're my friend, and you have promised me that you'd want to document it, but you won't release it until later, after the 8-week program is done.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm just amazed that people are keeping pretty tight about it. Like, it's amazing to me. We're 2 weeks in.
Yeah. Well, look at it from their perspective. They're scared. They don't really know what's going on. Something's going on at the grade school. The gym's taken over. There's these people and military people in town. They're all just kind of in this holding pattern of what's going on. It's exciting, but what's going on?
They must be excited. In theory, if this works, 8 weeks from now, they're done with this pandemic.
Done.
This community is done with the pandemic.
That's correct.
I mean, in theory, movie theaters could open, right?
Bars, live music,
Getting
and
that whole
like
thing.
hugging and having family reunions. And really, if the whole premise is going from getting the blood draw from the different individuals in the community and going to the point where we are giving them their B cells that produce antibodies. Michael, we've already had over 700 people that we have taken their blood from and exposed their blood to the virus itself, and they produced antibodies. Those 700 are just off the list. Just got a phone call. You don't need to be inoculated. You already have antibodies. You're good to go.
So walk us very simply through the process. Okay, 25,000 people. What is going on exactly with them? Go.
The people from the community are requested to go to they make an appointment, they go to the community center, there's a blood draw, They take the blood and they inoculate it with both the virus or the vaccine. And then within a few hours, we check for antibodies. Because if they've already been exposed to this and already have antibodies producing, you'll do very fast. And if they do have antibodies, they're off the list, they're good, they don't need to be inoculated. If they don't have antibodies, we grow their cells now that they've been exposed to the virus, grow them. The immune cells go through their process. They create B cells that produce antibodies. We pull out the B cells that produce antibodies to the virus. We grow them up and we inoculate the person with their own B cells. All they get, not a vaccine, not anything added to a vaccine, not a chance of foreign genetic material. They get their B cells producing antibodies to this virus.
What do you say to people who are not part of this program? This program is amazing, it's remarkable, but what do you say to people who are not part of the program, who are scared and who are in line to get the vaccine?
I'm scared of the current vaccine because it's a messenger RNA. That RNA, DNA, genetic material, all vaccines with the history are protein-based. This one's genetic-based. I have not seen all the scientific data collected on the new messenger RNA vaccines, but my concern comes from the fact that it's new and has no track record. And you're going from this virus that's deadly in like less than 5% of the population to asking people to 100% chance this foreign nucleic acid being put into their body. The consequences, I have no idea. I don't think they truly know if there's going to be a side effect in a year or 5 years. 8 weeks is only what side effect you get in 8 weeks' time. Now, if you do that same vaccine in vitro and you wash the vaccine out and you wash the genetic material out, then that would be much safer. And plus you would get a much smaller dose because it's just in your cells, not whole body. So even if after this pilot program, instead of going with the virus, they decide to go with the vaccine, it's still going to be way safer and way faster.
It's incredible to me. So that's why I'm here. I mean,
Right.
This whole thing is just incredible. So the whole world, right, is being affected by this, and you seem to have some possible answer in this little pilot program, and it is kind of uncanny that this isn't being explored more. And from doing the little bit of research I did after talking to you, it seems like this in vitro process related to viruses has only been explored in lab environments and in agricultural settings. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, why isn't it being tested on humans?
Money. It's the only reason. I mean, you go to PubMed, you look up in vitro and vaccines and inoculation, there's like 30,000 publications, scientific publications, where they take cells from humans or mice or whatever, and they inoculate them with a virus, and it goes through the immunology process, and they do all sorts of experiments, and have since Henrietta Lacks died in 1951. They still have her cells in like all over the world. So we're at 7 decades of research leading to this, and the only thing they don't do is give people back their cells. The only thing that they are missing is inoculating individuals. Once you get this out, and like if it's cancer research, right now the pharmaceutical industry loves to throw their chemos at the cancer. What if there's a cure center and you just take the immune cells and the cancer, and there's a person there working to get those immune cells killing off that person's cancer? Individualized cellular level healthcare. Once that's out, the money that the big pharma makes is really on the downhill, because you're talking about arthritis and vaccines, anything at the cellular level. If you change that to making an entire labor force instead of these drugs thrown at people,
if you have individuals trained to work with patients at a cellular level. Michael, think about it. This big cardiologist center, they slice people open, they use the big, the rib splitters, they can take a heart out and put another heart in. Yet somehow we can't grow a few cells in a lab and throw some virus on them? Does that really make sense to you?
Yeah, it's just shocking. It's shocking that something that's affecting 7 billion people is not being attacked in this way. I mean, the fact that this exists, whether it works or doesn't work or can work, and so it's like the fact that it's like I'm hearing about it for the first time really from you, okay, is kind of mind-blowing, because I read, I pay attention to what's going on in the world, and it's just, whoa. Okay, so, I mean, I did read, because we know each other, I read about ImmunoCure and I followed your work. It's just that this whole thing blows my mind, and I didn't know really about this. I didn't know your I didn't know your depth of knowledge related to this specific issue.
The pandemic type or vaccines?
Pandemic, viruses, I kind of understood the cancer and immunotherapy. I just didn't understand that it applies also to viruses.
Cellular is cellular.
Right. The individualized cellular approach is broad. It applies to many different illnesses, apparently.
Yes, and look at that from a perspective of giant companies that make all their money trying to come up with a drug to throw at millions of people. This is throwing a labor force at millions of people, trying to eliminate those drugs. It's completely opposite, and so there's it's me, and yeah. But now, right now, in this community, because of our governor, we have a pilot program, and AMRID, and the MedCorps, and the Army, the U.S. Army has their bioterrorism units, and we are trying this in this little 25,000, 30,000 people community. And in a few weeks, we're going to know.
And the fact that we have, the United States has such a brilliant, sophisticated military. The having been to disasters and having seen how effective the military can be. The lack of usage of the military, and with all the money that they've received, just even around bioterrorism, the fact that they haven't utilized the military more, right?
Michael, I'm not sure why this has not been done. The U.S. military is absolutely amazing. They have gotten huge years of funding for bioterrorism. There are both governmental and military, whether it's AMRID, CORE, there's a chemical biological one from the Marines. I'm sure with their logistics, and the governor here, what she did was got hold of the university and they repurposed. So they're also seeing if they can have a pilot program instead of trying to build labs and buy all the sterile hoods and incubators and everything. They're repurposing from the university that gets money from the tax dollars anyway for this 8-week program. So it's inconvenient for the university, but it's just this time-limited thing. And if this works, the idea is the military will go in and repurpose and build these sterile inoculation centers, temporary, in gymnasiums, in communities, and knock this out if this one works. So far, so good.
Are you sure this is going to work?
Michael, I am 100% sure this is going to work. 4.5 decades before I ever ran a cellular experiment 25 years ago, they have been doing this kind of work. I mean, we're talking 7 decades of cellular research, tens of thousands of publications. We know minutely how the immune system works. Pulling out some B cells that produce antibodies, no problem. Pulling out some cells from somebody's blood, no problem. Logistics, I'd need the military. I get the military to do everything. And so the governor has done that, and it's exciting. And this community is about to go maskless. It's very exciting.
Fauci never thought about this as a solution?
If you put in Anthony Fauci into PubMed and look up his publications and like in vitro or vaccine inoculation, he's got hundreds of publications. He should know. I mean, if he puts HIV virus and inoculates people cellular level, he knows how to do this. I mean, I suppose maybe he's not creative enough to think about taking it to the individual person outside the lab. You have to ask Dr. Fauci. I really cannot answer that question. You have to ask Dr. Fauci. Why are you not? But no one, Michael, is asking Dr. Fauci.
All right, so you're 100% confident that this thing's going to work?
Until you or somebody else can prove why it does not, yeah, I am 100% sure. B cells, they're called memory B cells or plasma B cells, and their only job is to produce antibodies for what they've been exposed to before, like what they were charged up to. So they just float around in your blood and wait. Like I probably have some smallpox B cells. And if I was exposed to smallpox again, all of a sudden they turn on and start cranking out antibodies to get rid of smallpox. That's how a vaccine works. So a smallpox vaccine, I had that. So I have these memory B cells. And the only thing a memory B cell does is produce antibodies to that one virus or that one. So my smallpox B cells that I might still have in my blood, if the smallpox was released again, these things would start pumping out antibodies to that smallpox. And they would shut it down before I got smallpox. So the inoculation is just with these memory B cells. Their only job is to produce antibodies to this virus. And if you give those to people, if they get re-exposed to the virus, they just pump out antibodies to it and shut it down like instantly. I work in the lab inoculating cells from the people that in the community that we've pulled their blood and got their cells. And first thing we do is check for their antibody production. If they have antibodies within a few hours of inoculating with the virus, we just call them and say, you're good to go.
Okay.
Allison is a grad student who we've, since we're repurposing the local university's equipment to do cellular work, we've also taken their grad students and postdocs, and they're working with us. So they're getting really great experience, really, really great experience. They're learning more than they could. I mean, they're working their butts off learning this process, and it's a great experience. And she's doing a fantastic job. And we've actually put her at the blood draw, we've put her at the isolation of the PBMCs, we've put her at staining the antibodies, and now she's working with making sure the counts are high enough to inoculate the people. So she's learning all these different processes that we have to do.
So you're aware of this project that Linda is sort of scientific lead on?
Yes, our Division of National Security was contacted when this test was proposed to offer consultation on how logistically it might be able to be pulled off, administrated, and secured.
Has explained to me that actually if I'm with somebody who is fully clear of any possible contagion related to this virus, I can remove my mask in their presence.
That's correct. Actually, all of our staff, from mostly all the way down into the lower ranks, all of the scientists, all of the helpers, we were all part of the initial phase of the treatments and inoculations because we had to be secured individuals before we can continue with the public.
I think that you said I can take my mask off.
That's correct. Well, okay, maybe put it back on.
Okay. So anyway, so thank you for being here, and what I'm trying to ascertain is the viability of this pilot program. Will it work, and is it...
But this program was very well documented. The research was all in place, and so from the very beginning there was a high level of confidence that it was going to be successful.
You believe that the 25,000 or so people as part of this pilot program in 8 weeks are going to be dancing in the streets?
They should be. I will not. They should.
Unmasked.
Absolutely.
Free and clear.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, do you understand how this even works?
Well, it's not my job to understand. It's my job to more make sure that it operates in an efficient and effective manner. But yes, I do understand the principle of what the science does. It's been a long time coming to readjust how things, of this nature are attacked.
What did you just say?
I'm not really sure.
No clue how this whole thing works?
I have somewhat of a clue how it works.
Can you try to explain it as if you were speaking to a 5-year-old?
Probably not, but I could explain it to you in the sense that, it's easy to understand well, first of all, do you understand the process of what it's doing, and which part of the process would you like me to explain?
So Linda has explained to me in a way that I sort of understand, but I'm kind of curious to know what you understand. Because what you understand, if I can combine it with what I understand from my understanding of Linda's understanding, I think maybe I will have a fuller understanding. And as the filmmaker, I need to understand.
It's clear you really don't understand much. But the basic principle is there are parts of your own immune system that need to know how to fight whatever comes in to your body. So this is a very simple situation where we create that outside of the body in a lab, and then that is then put in and inoculated into the individual so that their immune system has what it takes to fight whatever the specific thing is we're trying to fight. In this happenstance, it just happens to be the situation we are in right now with the pandemic.
Wow, I just had a thought. It's like a war. It's like a war, which this is your thing, and it's like a war. It's like an enemy invading the body, and then the body has to build up, a kind of a resourcefulness to fight the enemy. But the body has everything it needs to fight the enemy. It doesn't need any support. It doesn't need anything from the outside. It has it all. It's like...
Well, we do. We train the troops to go into battle, so this is kind of the same thing. They're training the troops in the lab. So, sure. The troops are in the petri dish. They train them, and then they send them off to battle the disease. The difference is it's yours. So each inoculation is designed for each person who's receiving it based on their own immune system.
In a kind of spiritual way, I'm kind of just thinking enlightenment, really. It's a transcendence.
Are you one of those long-haired hippie pot smokers? Because you just made that sound all peace and love.
So anyway, okay, well, thank you. Thank you for explaining. I really appreciate it. And, this whole thing is fascinating to me as a guy who just has had no real, this whole thing, It's really fascinating, and thank you for your time. And I thought it would be wise to interview military personnel, and I appreciate your time, and I really do, and that you're willing to expose yourself in the way, expose yourself. I don't mean expose yourself like expose yourself. I mean just, making yourself vulnerable. Being here with me, really, and connecting. Because I feel like, connection is good.
This is a good project for the military. We don't get many assignments that, don't have a much different type of outcome. In this assignment, we're here to provide logistics support and provide security and safety for all the participants. So,
meaning, if it works, which you seem to have 100% confidence it is working, and ultimately it will have all the results that Linda is expecting, that was long-winded. That was really long-winded of me. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, since you believe that these results, yeah.
Yes, this is 25,000 people. So it's a hurdle in that. But then, so it works, and we get in a situation where we need to use it for the whole country. Now we're talking about 300 million people. So the scalability of this type of activity is why we are here, because no one would be able to do that better than the military would.
On that note, why hasn't the military been more effectively used in the last 9 months?
Well, the military's hands are tied by political strings. So there's not much that we're able to do without Congress appropriations or other factors that call us into service.
I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you, sir. And I
Well, you're very welcome.
appreciate your service. I appreciate your service, and I appreciate, everything you're doing to make me feel safer.
Well, thank you. That's what we do.
Getting ready to go for another night of it.
I don't know how you do it. How many hours did you even sleep? 2?
No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm running on adrenaline. To get this going is so exciting.
I actually, Linda, I have to tell you, I'm kind of amazed that you pulled this together. I'm super surprised. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. Had I not come here and seen this for myself, I wouldn't have even believed it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 96 tests in that one piece of little...
Inoculations. 96 people.
So I got to tell you, the fact that you've set up this pilot program and gotten the town and the governor and the FDA, it almost seems unreal to me. And so it's just, I'm just in awe that you were able to pull this off.
Thank you. Yeah. I have to say I'm in awe too after 9 months of...
It just seems unreal. The whole thing seems entirely unreal.
And so real and so easy that, like, how has this not been done?
Right.
Michael, I mean, I've been wanting to do cellular level healthcare I've been wanting to infiltrate the healthcare system for individuals at the cellular level. It needs to be done. It can be done. I've had my hands tied this entire pandemic. I'm one woman. Until the governor got involved, she got involved, military came in, all of a sudden, it's a reality.
You said you're one woman. Many times throughout history, one person sticking to their vision, sticking to their mission, changes the world, reshapes the future. This project is as huge as anything I've personally ever been a part of or ever witnessed. Seriously, you're here, you've been at it. Me, I showed up this morning, and what I've witnessed today is phenomenal. It's unbelievable, in fact. And you've pulled off something that, like, I can't even, I love. I lost it.